Okay, welcome to my guide on how to do PV as a psychic. A lot of you might be asking, why would I need a guide on how to do PV as a psychic? It's like the easiest thing ever. The answer is, I don't know. ColdEP asked me to make this guide because apparently she's retarded. But since much of the PWI community is in fact retarded, this could be useful for you. So, the first thing to do is to tell anyone that's PMing you to fuck off. Okay? Um, the next step is to check your gear. You need to make sure you have the right gear setup. A lot of people often say that a bless box is really important to have. I say fuck them. But what is important is tiger smileys. If you do not wear these, then the mobs will be doing double damage, which really adds up because there's a lot of mobs in there. The second thing you need to consider is your fashion choice, because, you know, you want to make a good first impression on the mobs. So you look at your wardrobe. You know, right now I got my Tunnel Snakes jacket. That's pretty cool. But the mobs don't like gang warfare, so I don't want to show off that I'm from a different crew. So, I have a lot of different sets here. This one's good because it puts a flower on my dick, and the mobs like that. It says, hey, I want to seduce you, and, you know, they think, oh, that's nice, that's thoughtful. I like it when your dick smells good. Another one that's good is Santa Claus. That might be good for next month, because, you know, Christmas is coming up, but not now. I like to use this. Well, hold on. It'll work. It'll work. Hold on. Maybe. We'll be right back. Okay, so, now it worked. I like to use this. This is my formal wear, and it says that I see the mobs as, you know, equals. So, it's good to dress up for the mobs. They really like that. So, now that you've got that out of the way, it's important to look at your setup. You know, what are your hotkeys? It's very important to have toothbrush fireworks on your hotkeys, and say you're doing a big pull and there's way too many mobs, you're in over your head, and you need to AD or you're going to die. So you'll definitely click on AD. It's important to put your nab weapon right next to AD. That way, if you misclick, then you pull it out, and then the mobs don't want to fuck with you. Because it's one thing to be dangerous and threatening, it's another thing to be batshit crazy. And no one wants to mess with batshit crazy. So always put that right next to AD. Hold on. Fucking bitch making me look like an idiot. Okay, where was I? And yeah, don't put your weapon on a hotkey. Make it so that you actually have to reopen your inventory. So, okay, I think we're all set up there. Oh, and buffs, they're okay, I guess. I don't wear them because my dick is big, but, you can if you want. Anyways, let's start doing this. So, you enter PV, make sure you click the second one, that's important. This first one is gay. So, enter the second one. wait for the loading screen. It's very beautiful. Then you're in here. There's 2 giant demons. You talk to the one named Rock. Half Westus is kind of a prick, so don't talk to him. So you talk to Rock, and he says some stuff. Nobody bothers to read it. But he does spawn a legion of mobs, and you've got this big glowy thing right here in the middle. That's very useful because it gets in your way. So what you want to do, you get your buffs on, put all of them on, don't put any thought into, you know, if you want them or not. Last one, Powered Vigor, probably a good idea. And then you activate your hypers. You could pull with Black Voodoo, it's totally doable. And then White Voodoo is probably better if you want to conserve on your charm. I'm going to pull with Black Voodoo just to show off, I don't know. So you run through all the mobs, you let them just activate, take your charm, and then you need to stop right here. And then once you stop here, you do Sandburst, then you do Aqua Cannon, and then your last one needs to be Earth Vector, because that way, if you didn't quite kill them, then you've got plenty of chance to kill them. So, after you kill that group, then you will be approached by Charles. This is Charles. He's a very important mob. Make sure you don't accidentally kill him in a group. Charles is a man of honor, so you need to have a gentleman's duel with him. You need to pull out a proper weapon. You know, don't just be cheap and use whatever you can. You need to use a fair weapon. This is a fair duel, much like, you know, taking off the gloves and slapping the person across the face, and then if they accept, then you fight to the death. This is the type of thing Charles likes to do. If you don't have this fight with Charles, then all of the mobs are going to be ashamed of you because you have no honor, and they're only going to give you half of the EXP that they normally would. And that's, of course, a bad thing. Some of you might be wondering, am I supposed to leave my Hyper EXP stones running while I fight Charles? Because, hey, this takes a while. Yes, you are, because the mobs will also notice if you don't have Hyper EXP on, and then, once again, they're ashamed of you, and you lose EXP. If you kill Charles, then you keep gaining good EXP. It's also important to make sure you have Soul of Silence on, so this can be even more excruciating and extra long, so don't forget that. So, you know, me and Charles are friends, we go through this a lot, and I don't really have the patience for that today, so you'll notice my EXP is going to drop a lot. But there, I guess that's a good demonstration to show you guys. So, now that we've taken care of that, we should switch out of Dark Guild chat, because they're racist. Oh, I guess we already are. And make sure your buffs are back on, and then go ahead and pull. This second pull, right here, I don't know, I guess you go this way. You can do it several ways. I just kind of wing it. But of course, I'm an expert. I do this pull better than anyone else, 'cause that's why ColdEP asked me. So, there you go. You do your thing. This one, make sure you use Glacial Shards first. The laggier the skill, the better. Because if your computer crashes, then it means you've defeated the computer, and that's great. Also, use AD if you need to. If you misclick, don't worry. They'll think you're batshit insane and roll them. So that's good. After you're done with that pull, a lot of people don't know this, but the devs actually put a lot of work into this tree. This tree was actually put into Perfect World to commemorate the Soviet victory over the Nazi army in Stalingrad. So, if you don't stop here, then you're just an asshole, in my opinion. So, it's good to stop and sit a minute and think about all the Soviet soldiers that died in World War II and the impact they had on the world. And, you know, I think you know, some people might say this is optional and this is stupid because your hypers are running, but I don't know. Some things are more important than the game. That's my take on it. So after you've sat down, make sure you sit down. That's very important. It's right here if you were wondering. That's the sit down one. You kill this bitch because she's trying to talk and record a video and she's getting in the way. And then you probably want to go into White Voodoo for this one because this is like the biggest pull. And make sure that you've got Powered by Dawn because you're going to need it. You can probably also spam Crab Meats because this right here is the biggest pull and most deadly. If your weapon doesn't Purify proc, that's great. You don't want that. Purify proc is terrible. If you lag back and you get frozen, that's even better. So things are going really good for me this time. And you just kind of keep running, keep grabbing everything you can. Then you can stop. You can go for a little while, or you can stop right about here. I'm gonna stop, I guess, right here. As you can see, there's an army coming, so we're going to use Sandburst, and then I'm feeling like a little pansy right now, so I'm just gonna stun, and I'm gonna retreat, and I'm gonna use my Sage Bubble of Life plus Expel. If you don't have that, then fuck you, you just died. So make sure you have literally everything in the game, or this is impossible. You cannot do this with any gear or skill setup different than mine. That's a fact. It was proven by real people in real lab coats, so don't debate me on that. I know what I'm talking about. So this is our final pull, and a lot of you might be thinking, well, this looks smaller, this looks easier than the last one. Actually, these mobs are 3 times stronger than the last ones. Yep, that's a fact. So what you want to do is, if you've got a stealth pill and you're 105, you use that to sneak by them. It's way easier that way. You don't want to mess with these mobs. But I'm not 105 because I'm a massive faggot, so I can't do that. So instead, we're going to have to fight these, but don't worry, because I am Hulk Hogan. So I'm just going to kill these because they're annoying me and I'm trying to talk to you, but whatever. You don't have to do that. You can pull them along. So buff yourself up. Do, well, you can do Black Voodoo, but I have a charm to worry about. So, same as before, you just pull. And you may have noticed we typically stop at trees when the pull is big enough. And then if Psychic Will lags, then that's just wonderful, and we love that, so be happy. I'm going to stun again because I'm a massive wuss. And they should be dead. They'll just take 3 shots, but only if you have my gear. But, I mean, come on, who doesn't have my gear? So, now you fight this big guy, and he punches you in the face, but you don't care because you're charmed, because you're a big-ass pass shopper. And it's very important to only use your basic skills. Don't put any thought into this battle at all. If you put thought into this, you actually die right there on the spot. The game can read your mind, and if you think about the fight at all, you immediately die. I am not kidding. Once I fought that guy, and I was thinking about Nietzsche's philosophies and their impact on the world, and I just died right there. So don't do that. Then you kill these frogs, except for this one. Don't kill this one. If you kill this one, then that wall falls down on you. It might look like, okay, it can't reach me. It actually can. Fuck.